Hey, thanks for joining us. Obviously, there are some different changes in scheduling. A little bit of a pump fake. We were expecting this to that. That would be
Right,
your last home game as a pro.
right.
Um, just kind of looking at tonight. What was kind of going through your head tonight?
Uh, well, like you said, we had some new information come in 24 hours before the game. So mentally, I was prepared to come in to Sarasota and play one last time and get it out and have some fun and leave it there for the season regularly. But once they said Sunday was, the last home game, I was like, well, two games is better than one. So I love the Sarasota community, and I was just excited to get another game at the home crib. And I know we play well here, so it was a great thing for me.
Now, what is important to note is that although this Sunday will be your last home game pro, that's regular season. Technically, you're fighting for more home games.
You're
Talk
right.
about that a little bit.
So with the status that we have in the in the Southeast Conference, there's some things that some teams in Canada that shake up the standings. There's some teams that's underneath us and above us that sometimes miss games, cancel games, can't get to games. So it's really a shake up in the middle of the conference and the top of the conference to go ahead and make a playoff push. And if we win out these games, we'll definitely be heavily in the conversation for the fourth spot for that playoff spot. And tomorrow is a pivotal game for us because Coastal Georgia is the team that is above us. So if we knock them down and tie the series, that's going to put us in conversation with a point spread. Point spreads pretty much are good for us because we haven't lost by a large margin to any team, really. So if it comes down to point spreads and tied series, we're looking in pretty good shape.
Now, you're definitely not excited versus the always willing to take on a challenge. Also, we've seen quite a bit of you throughout these post game conferences, but today there's a little bit of an addition. We just want to share a little bit about our guest.
So this is Ken Lewis Jr. He wanted to come do the post game interview with Daddy today. It was bring your son to work day, so he wanted to come be a part of the festivities.
Now, obviously, he probably has a lot to do with why you play, how you play, everything about you. Want to share a little bit about that as we move out?
Oh, man. Just having this little guy here to watch me and be a part of the game that I play, it makes me go even harder. Like, I was already a passionate dude who wore my heart on my sleeve and played with my heart on my sleeve. But with him here, it just brings a whole different dynamic of love for the game, just love for my family and fans and stuff like that. So that's the best dynamic ever that I've ever had.
All right, well, we're going to get a chance to see the one last regular season home game in line for Ken Lewis. Definitely looking forward to it.
Definitely. Appreciate you, Jonathan.
Good job, Tootie. That boy sleep. That boy go to sleep.
Thanks, Johnny. There's a little bit of back and forth throughout the game. Your number got called quite a few times, especially beyond the arc. Just kind of speak to us again on just kind of getting to your spot and just kind of staying ready throughout the whole game.
So I feel like that's pretty much what I do best. Playing off the ball, just picking the defense apart, basically playing off my ball handlers. So any of my ball handlers that's in the game, I try to go opposite of them. If they in the zone, looking to, cut the middle, looking to dissect whatever defense it is that they're in. That's pretty much how I've been trained all my life to, be off the ball. I can handle it, but I allow my ball handlers to handle the ball, and then I just go from there. I pick my spots from there.
One word that I think you definitely described to play today is definitely consistency. Off the ball, out ball movement, definitely just kind of keep on going in repetition again, just trying to find your spot, staying open for your teammates, being crafty work when necessary. How much has consistency been a part of your game?
Man, that's what keeps me relevant, to be honest. I never been flashy player, crazy handles, crazy bounce. So what keeps me in the conversation is my consistency. So that's huge. That's huge with me. It's really huge.
Now, what's kind of the mentality going? Obviously, this game stretch is very important with huge playoff implications. It's really a winner go home kind of mentality. Where are you at? Just kind of every time, just waking up, just knowing that losing this.
I mean, like you said, it's winter go home right now. Mentally, we're looking to win out the rest of the season. We know that if we win out, we can possibly sneak into the playoffs. And once we get there, it's anybody's ball game. It's a series, and we know that if we win out the rest of these games, man, we got a chance. So waking up every day thinking, to get the rest of these wins for the season. So.
And just kind of looking at your journey so far this season, from CPL combine draft, from Lebanon to here, how does it feel to be able to know that you have a chance to make a huge playoff push and then hopefully a playoff berth for a team that has been unable to make it, or trying to make history for their organization, and just kind of your journey and being able to prove yourself?
Man, it's been huge. I've been trying to get into TBL for going on 2 years before this. Paying to get to many different combines: Detroit Combine, Fort Wayne Combine, Indianapolis team tryouts, individual workouts. I've been all over the place, and to finally get my shot here, it's pretty much all I've been asking for. And this is where that consistency in my game has begun to show. Like I said, man, I'm just excited that I got this opportunity to finally showcase my skills on the court, and it's been huge for me. So I'm appreciating the moment and sticking with my consistency. So.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much for
Yep.
your time.
Appreciate you.
All right, Coach. Big win. There was a lot on the line. There's going to be always something big on the line. Pretty much every game until the regular season closes. Everything really kind of dialed in, especially into that last 2 minutes, maybe even really minute and a half, where you guys really took the big next step on closing that game. Walk us through that.
Before we got to that point in the first half, and I think we had this discussion at the last game, we gave up 16 points on layups, you know what I'm saying, in the first half, and we were down 10. So I'm telling the guys, we're down 5 layups, and we gave away 8 easy baskets. So when we got down to about the 4-minute mark, 5-minute mark, all I'm yelling at the guys do, let's just get back to the basics. Let's just be professional. You know what I mean? Let's get to this being fundamentally sound. We were trading baskets, and I think we got to a point where we was kind of getting emotional and jarring, going back and forth with the other team, talking trash. I get it in the spirit of the game. But that last 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, we really was just focusing on just winning the game. And the only thing I'm telling them guys in the huddle is just play defense. We box out. We get our weak side help defender getting to the rim or getting close to the rim as quickly as possible. We were going to win the game, and they started to do that. We started to give them one-shot opportunities. We started to do a better job at closing out on their shooters, and we really made them make an adjustment that we didn't make them make for the whole game. But the last 2.5 minutes, I think we really did a really good job of just being professional and just sticking to the script. I think it took us all game to really let that sink in, but once we got it, we really got it. And that last 2.5 minutes, what you saw is the professional guys who understood the gravity of what we were doing. I said it, and I'll continue to say it. We're not going to strategize or make plans for the playoffs. All we're going to do is play the basketball that's gotten us here. It's been very successful. When we play that level of basketball, when we play that type of basketball, we're highly successful, And I think that if we just stick to that and just stick to playing together and just focusing on the fundamental things, we're going to have great success going down the road.
One of the big things that definitely is good to know, one of the players that just kind of lit it up all over in different sides of the court, for Central Florida, Adam Starks, number 3. It seemed they just continued to call on his number. There were definitely some big plays. There was blocked by Willie Jackson, also a block by Terrell Wilson. He still found ways to get hot. But when it mattered most near the end, you found like the big play by Cam. causing that jump ball.
Yeah.
And it seemed even at that moment, that's when really momentum really started to shift.
Yeah.
Talk about just kind of making those big plays in the big moments, and how important that is, especially for all these guys that are looking to take professional basketball even beyond here. How important it is to be able to step up in those key moments.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately and fortunately, the way the rules of the game are on a professional level, it's really hard to stop somebody from getting any points, any buckets. It's really, really, really tough. My strategy was going down the stretch was we want to make someone else make the big plays. We knew that he was very successful. Out of the 8 layups that we probably gave up that first half, he probably got 4 of them. You know what I mean? This was no secret that he was attacking. He was very efficient. But what I was trying to do is to maybe get our guys to be a little bit more physical, to really, as best as we could, challenge him at his shot. We were trying to just be as athletic as possible once we got him to shoot the ball, contest everything, and then we were just trying to, like, when I was telling Ken, I was just like, listen, when he's going to the basket, let's get some hands on him. Ken at that point only had 2 fouls. So my philosophy was at that point, let's get physical right here. You know what I mean? If he's going to win the game for them, he's going to have to earn it. And I think that at that point, when we made that play, I think that's when he realized that he was probably getting a little bit fatigued with the physicality. The referees were really good going down the stretch of letting us play, letting us be physical. And I think at that moment is just that when we were able to get physical with him at a crucial point and frustrate him a little bit, I think that's when we saw the momentum change. We have been coming at him, we were switching everything on defense. We were trying to make him earn the basket, every basket he got, and he was really, really doing that. But at that last 2 minutes, all I'm screaming on the bench is just be physical. Be physical. If he wins it from the free throw line, we can live with that. But I think that my decision at that point was just to be as physical as possible, and let's just see how his body can hold up the last 2 minutes.
Well, thank you so much, Coach, for your time. And definitely looking forward to the game tomorrow as well as this Sunday.
Absolutely. See you then. Thank you.
Last but not least, the local, Willie Jackson. There was definitely, again, as we said in the past couple of interviews, a lot of writing on the game, a lot of implications, trying to take one game at a time. With that, though, again, going into your role, being just the athletic driver, kind of the really just kind of force. One of the things I would definitely note that there's a little bit of maybe communication and maybe even hustling issues on defense where you can see that it was evident.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that was definitely noticeable is still you kind of trying to lead the charge. Definitely got a big block later on there, maybe even 2 big defensive plays in a row. When you're trying to lead a team defensively, not just getting those plays, but also trying to charge the team in a more defensive manner, how does one communicate that?
Starts from everybody, man. Everybody has to be attentive. We have to make sure that we're staying positive, staying focused. Especially me, myself, that's what I love doing. I love playing defense. I'm not really too much of an offensive guy when it comes down to it. I will score if I have to, but defense is my thing. Especially when it comes down to blocking shots, that's a really good motivator for the team. So just got to make sure we stay communicative, make sure everybody is in the loop, make sure everybody is talking, make sure everybody is moving their feet. That's really the most important thing.
Now, just as much as it is a physical game, the dunks, the blocks, there's always a mental side to it. When it comes to your play, kind of maybe even just give us kind of a quick synopsis of where your mental game when you're going against an opponent, kind of what that looks like.
I don't talk much. I'm very quiet. I like to stay to myself. Unless somebody talks to me, then I respond most of the time in a nice manner until you start getting disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, I let my game do the talking. I don't do too much jaw jacking.
Now, for today's game, were there, besides obviously getting the win, were there any expectations that you had for yourself as a team coming into the game?
Just to play hard. Every game is win or lose. Every game is live or die right now. So just got to make sure that we stay on top of what we're doing, make sure that we're executing plays, make sure that we're playing good defense, and everything will take care of itself.
Now, going past those expectations, now with a post-game evaluation, how would you evaluate your play in your teams?
My play personally, I mean, I could do better always. I missed a couple of shots, so Got to work on that. But as a team, we played great. We let ourselves get a little confused there at the end. They took a lead in the second half. Coming into the second half, we tightened up, made sure that we got our defensive play on point, made sure that we were making shots, making good plays, making sure we were finding the open man. Everything worked out for us.
Now, with the playoff push, you guys are trying to be the team to beat. Trying to basically just get this momentum to continue to go and to try to get a playoff berth. Sum up basically what makes the team great or unique. One word, and why that word.
One word, I would say probably just heart, man. Everybody on the team has a heart. Everybody's come from a different place in Florida. Everybody come together and we're kind of like a family. So everybody treats each other, you know what I'm saying, with the same amount of respect that we're given. So heart is definitely where it's at. We play hard. Got to keep the hustle up.
Well, it's always a pleasure. Definitely looking for these next couple games. It's definitely going to be a strong push, some entertaining basketball. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you.